Hello everybody and welcome to this logger session where we will install together a micro focus smart connector, which is an agent used to collect raw logs from different source types like firewalls, load balancers, intrusion detection systems, and then normalize them into a common event format, CEF format, that Logger and other ArcSight products can process and store them into its own databases. So let's log in into the Logger. As you can see, there are no agents configured yet. So let's go to this URL. It's marketplace.microfocus.com. It's long URL. I will leave it here for you to check yourself, and I also include this into the resources of this lecture, so you can copy paste into your browser. So you need to log in using the same credentials that you made before when you make the registration to get the trial version of the logger. Same credentials you can use here to log in and download the smart connector. So I will log in. Okay, come here to another window. It fails. Okay, sorry, I have to put the complete email, sorry. Okay, it's loading, and yes, I been recognized. Hi Hatem. So the smart connector is being downloaded. I already downloaded this before, so I will cancel to save your time. Okay, then here I make the extract of the zip file. You will get two binaries, one for installation over Linux and one for Windows. Actually, you can use both of them for collecting logs from the mentioned sources here. As you can see, you can collect logs from Apache, from Blue Code Proxy, from Windows, from DHCP, DNS, from many log sources. But my intention in this video is to collect from my Windows system. Okay, so as a special case, the Windows or the Microsoft Active Directory Windows logs, the collector or the connector, sorry for it, needs to be installed on a Windows machine. You cannot install the Linux version and then collect logs from Windows. Okay, so in that case, I will use this second file. So I will run it as an administrator. If you get this, you can just press more and run anyway. Actually, I will not collect from my personal PC. I will connect from another virtual machine. Yes, this one, Windows Server 2016. Just press OK and continue. Next. Okay, so we can install it on the same directory here. name it Windows connector. Next. Next. Don't create icons. Next. Install. Okay, so I will stop the video till this ends and I will come back to you after that. Okay, after that we will get to this page of the connector setup. It's asking you what would you like to do, add a connector or enable FIPS mode. We'll just add a connector and I will select Windows Microsoft Windows Event Log Unified. Next. Then I will press you can set up here some Active Directory information, but you can do this later. So I will press next and select enter devices manually. Next. Okay, I expand this, so I will add a record. In the domain name I will put my this is my Windows Server 2016 with an Active Directory. So I will, the domain is called infosec. Okay, and I will utilize the administrator password as well. The machine name is, I can put the IP for it directly. I hope I remember the IP. Yes, I remember. So the domain is infosec.com. The host name here I make 192.168.74.139. The username I will put my administrator account, and my password. I will just need to collect security logs. You can collect multiple logs or custom logs. It's Windows Server 2016. If you don't have, you can select the latest one available in the list, 2012 R2, and then press next. It will verify these parameters. Okay, so this means the verification is successful. Then you can select Microsoft Manager, ArcSite Manager, ArcSite Logger Smart Message. So I will select this one. Okay, the host name, you should put the same name of the host that you have. Our host name is logger67, if you remember, when we make the installation. I have here the still running. It's the host name is logger67. So you need to make this in your hosts file. So here I open the host file, which is in this path, Windows System 32 drivers etc hosts, and I added this. So logger 67 only, not 671. Okay, so same name I will use. You can verify it by open SCMD and Bing to make sure the name is bingable or resolvable. Okay, so it's resolvable, so we can put it here. And the receiver name, if you remember, it was smart message receiver. To verify, go to the logger again, go to the configuration receivers. This is the name that we will use. Okay, so it's an encrypted channel, not clear text, so it's better to use this one. TCP receiver and UDP receiver are clear text channels, and make sure that it's enabled. As you can see, there are 3 receivers in disabled mode. Actually, this for collecting the internal events of the logger, so they are disabled right now. We can enable them to see logs Bardo also from the logger itself. Okay, so coming back to the smart connector, so I write it correctly, hopefully. Next. And then it should communicate to the logger and download the certificate. Okay, now I'm getting this error that the connection to the logger on port 443 failed. Actually, the Bing test failed. The Bing is not using the port for sure. It's just a ICMP packet. So something wrong with the IP connectivity. So when we make TCP dump, I make even a Bing test from my PC directly. No packets are coming, so this means I'm using wrong IP. So I verified what I put in the host file. I put the wrong IP actually. It's 120. So I correct this. Now it's good. So we can return, press next. Now it's working. So you can put a name for this. So I will name it Windows connector. Uh, Location, these are all optional. You can leave it. Next. Now the destination is being registered for the connector. The logger is being registered as a valid or a certified destination by downloading its certificate and adding it to the container of the connector. Um, this shouldn't take more than a minute. Now we reach to this screen where it's giving a summary of what's done. Following are the added connector details: connector name, Windows connector, connector type, Windows FG. So press next. Install as a service or leave as a standalone application. The difference that install as a service means that you will have a service in your services in the task manager. So whenever the Windows boots up, you will have this service running automatically, and the connector start working and collect events from your Windows source. If you make this option, so if you select this option, you have to manually start the connector each time you want to collect events. So I will make it install as a service and then press next. This is the name of the service internal name. So I recommend to give a number every time you add a new connector, so the service names don't conflict together. So for example, give it 1. And for the display name as well, we can make it unique, like log1. Press next. Now this is the summary for the service. And next, and then exit. Now we are done. We have to open the services now and look for this service name and start it. Should be ArcSight, this one. See, I have another Windows unified event log. So if I didn't change the name, there will be a conflict. So giving a number every time is better. So next time if you add, we can put log 2, log 3, and so on. So I will start this one, and in parallel I will open the summary page to see when the agent appears here. We'll get back, the service still coming up. So as soon as the service come up and the first event come into the logger should be able to see the agent type. Okay, service is up now. So we'll refresh the screen and watch for. Okay, so finally it takes around 2 to 3 minutes for this panel or this widget to be updated, and we can see now the agent type Windows FG coming, and we